Okay, today's video on a 97 Astro van, we're going to be replacing the door lock actuator on the slider door on the passenger side. I'm going to set you on the tripod on the inside. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to remove the door panel, how to access the wiring. Now we have another door lock actuator that came off of one of our other vans, off of Astro, so we're going to see if that one will fit in there. If not, we might have to modify it a little bit, but I'll take you on the inside. Okay, here we are on the inside of the door panel. We have 6 Phillips head bolts. There are 3 behind this hinge and 3 over here. Then we have, behind the ashtray, we have 2 more Phillips screws right here. Then we have 4 Phillips screws right behind this door lever. So we're going to remove this, and then we'll show you how to access the rest. Alright, now next part, you have a push pin right here, another push pin right here. I don't have them, they've already been removed, but all you have to do is take this, pull it down from the top, okay? You have a clip right here and another clip right here, okay? So you just pull that down, kind of pull this piece off, kind of tug on it. Gotta pull this plastic bezel up. Get that out of the way. And this whole panel should pull out. Now we can come through and access the door lever, the door actuator, which is right here. Alright, this next panel down here, you've got a couple little push pins at the bottom. All you gotta do is just kind of tug on it and they'll pop off. Okay? I've had mine off several times. These things wear out quite often on this service van. Then move that out of the way. Okay, now we want to just remove this dust cover. Gonna get that out of our way. Now our door lock actuator is sitting right here. You can see, you move this back and forth. This is supposed to lock it. But it's just not doing anything. It's barely moving at all. See how it's completely stuck? So we're going to have to drill out these rivets to get that out. Okay. Well, I decided to try a different plan of attack. If you can't get these to pop out, what you can do is use a grinder. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to grind this out. I'm going to probably pop off this piece of plastic. Not that big of a deal, but I'm just going to grind the rivet out. Alright, as you can see, not the best option, but it is an option because now I can get the actuator out. So I just got to unhook it, unplug it, and I can pull it out. Alright, now that we've got this all drilled out, it's not my best option because now I have to paint this and kind of clean it up a little bit because it could rust. But once you got that ground out, you can pull out your actuator, push this little pin down right here, and it pops off, and then the new one will just plug right into here. And we'll just take and, mount it in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it over the bench. I'm going to show you how to weld on a couple little bolts to the back side so that you put it in and you can just put nuts on. Take this bolt. I've grinded it down. Just going to set that on there. Then I'm going to take the nut, put it on the receiving end. I'm just going to tack weld it in place. Now, not all of you are going to be able to do it this way. You could just do a nut and bolt and work it from behind. I just don't want to do that, so I'm going to weld it. This makes it a lot easier for me to assemble it. Okay? The bolt. Alright, so I switched it over. This thing just comes off the back. Simple like this. Okay, so I switched it over, welded that piece on there. Now, if you want to replace this with an aftermarket actuator, It's really easy to do. You just use this mounting hardware, bolt the new piece to this. You'll have to maybe drill some holes or whatever. But it's the same 12-volt system. So I've got a 12-volt battery right here, and I'll show you what it'll do. You just wire it up, okay? And so that's open. Reverse the polarity, and that's closed. So you can wire up an aftermarket one the exact same way, just the hardware might be a little bit different, but it's just 2 wires, simple 12-volt system operation. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back in. I'm going to clip this back into its place. Then I'm going to take and slide it in from the front side. Line up the holes. Okay. Now remember, it wasn't designed to go in this way, so you may have to kind of finagle it a little bit if you decide to weld it like I did, just because those bolts are kind of in the way, but I can really getting close there. Okay, so alright, so there's that, and then it just hooks right up to this little it's like a little metal rod coming down. Pretty simple. I'm gonna put the bolts on, and because I welded the nuts or the bolts from behind, I won't have to use a wrench or anything on the back side. Now if you don't weld the bolts, you just have to use a open end wrench back here where my left hand is. But being that I welded it on, it's a pretty simple shot like this. Tighten it down. You're pretty much done. Put the panel back together and give her a test run. Just finished up the van. Actually, before we put it all back together, we took the latch out. Sometimes these latches will get bound up, get grease and grime in there, and then they stop working. What actually caused this motor to go bad was this lever right here. It was just gunked up and just full of goo, and so we had to pull the door jamb apart to get that out. But I definitely recommend cleaning that door latch. That'll really help the new motor so they won't have problems. Anyway, so hopefully you guys liked the video. Please thumbs up if you did, and let me know. I enjoy your comments. I read every one of them, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.